Injuries. No one likes them. Whether you're a pro athlete, a pianist, or a top Osu player, an injury can feel like the end of the line. Even top players like Scytho aren't safe from it. Carpal tunnel syndrome doesn't care if you're a pro, so does that mean it's game over? You're cooked? Well, let's talk about that. In the Osu community, there's this looming fear that if you get injured, whether it's RSI, tendonitis, or even carpal tunnel syndrome, you're done. Like, game over, man. You'll never play at your peak ever again. But that idea is not only untrue, it's a delusion. Injuries, especially in competitive gaming, are like hitting pause on your favorite movie. You're still in the story, but you gotta use the bathroom so you don't piss your pants, right? People think of injuries as a roadblock, but in reality, they're more like speed bumps. Sure, they slow you down, but they don't stop you from reaching your goal. You just have to slow down so you don't yeet yourself off a bridge or something. Picture this. You're a pro athlete, like a soccer player. You're sprinting down the field when suddenly BAM! Pulled hamstring. It's painful, sure, and for a little while you're gonna be off the field. But what do pro soccer players do? They don't give up. They rest, they rehabilitate, they adjust their training and technique. And when they come back, they're often stronger, not because the injury magically gave them superpowers, which would be pretty cool, but because they focused on the things they could control: recovery, strength, and technique. So why should Osu be any different? If athletes can recover from torn muscles and blown out knees, why can't you come back from a swollen wrist or a bad case of keyboard elbow? Even if you got that swollen wrist from playing the big black one too many times, you're not cooked. It's a bump, not a dead end. Professional pianists are basically the Osu players of the music world. Their hands are everything. Hours of practice, insane dexterity, finger precision. So, what happens when they injure their hands? Do they cry into their sheet music and give up? No, they do what you can do. They adapt. They tweak their posture, adjust their technique, see a physical therapist, and you, my dear Osu player, can adjust your grip, your wrist position, or, just don't marathon the big black for 10 hours straight after not playing much Osu for 2 to 3 years like I did last year out of desperation to push myself to bring more Osu content. You can come back better than ever. Pro pianists, just like pro Osu players, understand one thing. Injuries are just part of the game, but they don't have to be the end. So here's a little story you might have heard by about now. Once upon a time, I, a simple human being, decided to play the big black for 10 hours straight. What happened next? Oh, nothing. Except that I couldn't move my hand for 2 weeks. Especially since I took the challenge on after not playing the game much for 2 years. It was like trying to run a marathon despite not running or even training for it. Now, the moment I saw how painfully swollen my wrist had become upon waking up that very next morning, we're talking like that much. It was like as if I got bitten by a snake or something. It was really difficult to not have my mind turn to these thoughts like, well, I guess that's it. I really fucked up this time. This is the end to something I love, something that I've spent 10 years, half of my life with. Those next 30 days were really difficult. But you know what? None of those thoughts were true. After taking the proper rest and going through physical therapy for 3 whole months and actually sticking to it, not only did I come back, but I actually came back better than ever before. So I got injured, and after that, I started playing better than I had for the 10 years before that. And it's not because I powered through the pain. No, that's different. It's because I gave my hand the rest it needed, and I put the effort in to recover. Active recovery. Just because you're injured doesn't mean you've hit the end of the line. In fact, for many Osu players, it's just the start of a new phase of improvement. Breaks. No one likes them, but they're crucial. Everyone thinks breaks make them rusty, but here's the truth. Breaks don't make you worse, they make you better. When you're injured, rest is your best friend. It's during this rest that your body starts healing. And here's the cool part. When you actively recover,
meaning you work on re-strengthening the affected tissue while giving it time to rest away from the activity that caused the injury in the first place,
you will come back stronger. Think of it like building a wall. Every time you engage in playing Osu without proper rest, you're hammering away at the wall. Eventually, cracks will start to form, but if you take time to patch those cracks, maybe even add a layer of reinforcement, the wall gets stronger. And when you come back, you might just find that the area that was once weak is now your new strength. But there is a line, a point of no return, and it's important to acknowledge that some injuries, if pushed too far, can result in permanent damage. Take the story of Happy Stick, a former Osu World Cup champion who pushed himself past that point. After hours of playing Osu, Happy Stick felt a pop in his hand. It turned out he had snapped his index finger's tendon after playing Osu with a ganglion cyst on his wrist. Even though he was lucky he had a backup tendon that let him continue to play the game, his story is still a reminder. Listen to your body before anything like that ever happens. It's not about avoiding rest. It's about avoiding permanent damage. So, is an injury the end of your Osu career? Absolutely not. Whether you're dealing with a minor strain or a more serious diagnosis like Scythos, there's always a path forward. The key lies in how you respond. So the next time you feel that twinge of pain, don't be afraid to stop. Listen to your body, take a break, recover, and come back stronger. Because in the end, it's not just about avoiding injuries, it's about overcoming them. And that's how you turn a fear into an Osu advantage.